Welcome. I hope you found your seat. Your table's on the back of your name tag. I'm Dean Lillian Mills. I'm so thrilled to be here. This is the second spring that we have gathered our scholarship donors, as many as could come, with our scholarship recipients, as many as could come. And it is already one of my favorite events of the year. We have more than 1,000 endowments in the McCombs School of Business. About 2/3 of those are student scholarship. The other third support faculty. And in the Dean Suite, I spend time with the accountants. And you know, they're trying to just be good stewards and make sure they're all deployed. And then the stewardship part of the team is the one, and it's so much easier getting thank you notes from students. We sometimes have to beat on the faculty a little bit to write their thank you notes, but it's a big behind-the-scenes effort to make sure that the donors are hearing from students. And I hear from them that those letters mean more than you kids know, but being able to bring you together in person elevates that specialness, because all of these scholarship donors were students here themselves, and they are the successful people you're hoping to become. And we hope someday you will be paying it forward to reach a hand back to students on this campus. But I am glad that we can host this to bring both of these generations together. I've got a few questions from the audience. If you feel able to stand, it will get you just a little bit more exercise before we settle into dinner. Do I have any first-year students here tonight? You're a freshman or a first-year MBA student? Okay, welcome. Great, you can sit down. If you're a freshman, your lucky scholar donor gets to work with you for 4 years, so make a close relationship. This is a mentor you can call on throughout that time. I also, by way of inspiration to the freshmen, if you're a current student or an alum who took advantage of the study abroad program, please stand and show us our world travelers here in the room. And if you're signed up for one this summer, go ahead and stand. Yeah. Okay, so if you have questions about study abroad, talk to those students. If your birthday is today, will you stand? Yay, Wendy! And if you're a student who participates in a student organization, and we have, gosh, even in McCombs, like 50 to 100 of them, please stand, and then your donors can ask you about those. Yay. I have heard that the student government elections are underway, and I am aware of at least 2 tickets that have a McCombs student on them. One is he or she is either the vice president or president person on the ticket. The other ticket has a Canfield Business Honors running for president, and on the ticket is a McCombs Success Scholar student as well. So it's a ticket from sort of embracing the entire set of the McCombs family, and I'm pretty excited about that. Among our special guests, one of my mentors, Chancellor and President and Dean Bill Cunningham, is here with his wife Isabella. And someone else we're so thrilled to have here, former Dean Tom Gilligan and his wife Christy. And The reason it's so important to have Tom here is when he came to the University of Texas and to the McCombs School of Business at the height of the financial crisis. He arrived to an empty but brand new AT&T hotel in 2008, which is a little bit of a lose some sleep at night. Which, if you don't know, the McCombs School is a 70% owner in that hotel, so I had that same breathlessness during COVID when it was empty. But he also looked around and realized that the undergraduate program is so precious to our alumni. We have a great MBA program, but in volume, our 110,000 alumni are primarily undergrads, and that we had so few scholarships available because we had this legacy of decades of dirt cheap tuition and low cost of living in Austin, and neither of those things is exactly true right now. And with the help of alum John Adams and his wife Susie, Tom Gilligan and John went around the country hosting parties, talking to alums with a combination of charm and a 2x4, saying, we really need to do better here. And so this thriving group you have here, which is still only a partial representation of the hundreds of scholarship endowments that we have, is in large part due to Tom's leadership, and I'm so grateful for that. And in spite of having a massive endowment, only 13% of McCombs students receive any cash scholarship. We waive tuition for the students with greatest need, but the cost of living in Austin is huge. And so when people ask me about fundraising priorities, all y'all who are among the alums here know I'm raising money for a building. And as Caitlin Mullaney, my COO, says, we're saving money for a new house. I suspect 10 deans from now will still be saying our highest priority is our students, and we want to continue to build from that strength, from strength, to support them better. So it's time for dinner. Enjoy your conversation. There are some icebreaker questions on the table. I saw one of them was describe yourself in 5 words. So I challenge some of you to take that one up. And we will lean into our theme beyond tuition after we've had a chance to speak, to eat. So thank you very much.
Texas. Fight. Texas. Fight. That's all I needed. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hi, my name's Ashley Jones. I'm the Director of Student Experience in our full-time MBA program. Just quick note about me, I've been at UT for almost 10 years. I've worked in student emergency services and housing, and originally came to UT, and I got my PhD here on campus in higher education. And I moved here from North Carolina and thought I would quickly leave after I got my degree, and I keep staying. UT seems to do that. But hope you all are enjoying dinner. Thumbs up. That's what I do with my 4-year-old, 7-year-old. Yeah, things are good. We're vibing? Awesome. Well, I am really fortunate to be able to join you all tonight. Part of my role is working really with our students in the day-to-day, kind of thinking all of our student services and student affairs operations, student leadership, and really kind of thinking about we work with faculty, but thinking about all the things that take place outside of the classroom as part of the MBA experience. So we have a panel of some of my favorites. I know we're not supposed to have favorites, but these are 4 of them for sure. And we're going to share a little bit about kind of their day-to-day and experience in the program, and ultimately how their scholarships have helped them be the student leaders that they are. So that's our agenda. Hopefully we'll keep it as informal as we can, and hopefully y'all don't go into a food coma, but you enjoy dessert and we have a good conversation. So to start, if you could just introduce yourself, your name, what year in the program you are, kind of the industry that you were in prior to your MBA, and then what you're looking ahead towards.
Absolutely. My name is Connor Hunterfoth. I'm a second year in the full-time MBA. Before here, I was actually in the Canadian Army. I was a combat engineer and diver. And I interned over the summer with a Canadian startup that's looking to convert municipal solid waste into bioethanol. So hoping to end up back there.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cindy, too. I am a second year as well. Prior to this, I am actually from the Bay Area, where I worked in tech. After I graduate, I'll actually be going into consulting.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alex Mon. A little bit about me. I was born in the U.S., but I've lived my entire life in Peru, South America. I come from a family of Chinese Peruvians, sorry. And yeah, so prior to the MBA, I was working in the retail industry in corporate management, and came to the MBA to make a pivot in the tech industry, and I did my summer internship at Dell Technologies, and we'll be going back there full-time for the product manager.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emily McHale. I'm a second-year MBA as well. I'm originally from New Jersey. Prior to coming here for my MBA, I was working at a financial services company doing marketing and business development. This past summer, I was working at Starbucks in their digital strategy organization, which I'll be returning to once I graduate.
Thank you. All right, just to get the ice broken, the vibes flowing, I've got a couple rapid fire questions. So first, your favorite spot to study on campus? Because you study a ton, I know.
I know there's a booking system online to find all the breakout rooms and study rooms in Rowling, and I find I always forget to do that at the last minute. So my favorite place is when I find either one that hasn't been booked and I can sneak in, or maybe one that says it's booked but no one's there, and I'm able to just sit in. How's that? I could try yelling, or I could just use this.
So for me, there's like a sweet hidden spot on the 5th or the 4th floor outside on like one of the outside wings. When the weather's really nice, I like going out there and just chilling, hanging out, studying.
Yeah, for me, I think I'm going to be revealing my secrets, but I have some special rooms for like our study rooms. So I always book the 5.428. Please don't write that down, because my nice room that has a nice view of the entire Rolling Hall building. So yeah, that's my favorite spot.
Yeah, I feel like mine's kind of boring, but I just like the study rooms that have the windows, because I like having the natural light. So whichever one of those is free.
It's not boring. All right, what's your favorite Longhorn sport to cheer at?
That's easy for me. Football isn't that big back home in Canada, or college sports aren't as big at all here, or back there. So it's really cool to come down and see just the massive stadium, massive fan base. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, football. Yeah, the tailgates before, after. You're just cheering that whole day, like from the morning like you wake up just bleeding burnt orange, I guess.
Yeah, for me as well, UT football was just such an amazing experience. I mean, I come from Peru, so football and that immensity of the sport here is like such an incredible experience. It was just like the movies, the entire band, all the cheering, guys painted in orange, like the entire experience there was amazing.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, but also to add something different, I love college basketball, so going to the college basketball games has been fun too.
Yeah. Thank you for highlighting that we do have other sports here. This is good. You can't go wrong. Okay, what about your favorite spot when you need to unwind, or kind of your wellness moment in Austin? To be on campus or off campus?
The Capitol Mall, I have 2 big dogs, and normally at night, especially when it gets really hot, I love taking them out there, and we'll just play fetch for like a whole hour, and they're running up and down like the Capitol Mall going crazy. Yeah, that is probably one of the most favorite things to do out here.
I'm jealous that your dog will actually play fetch. My girlfriend's dog he's a golden retriever. He's wonderful, but he's a bit broken. Like on land, he won't fetch. He'll run after the ball or whatever and just leave it. In the water, he'll actually make it work, but so it's hard to get him that exercise. But actually, a couple weeks ago, I went to the Barton Creek area, and then realized all those trails, and you're in the middle of the city, but you wouldn't even realize it. And it was beautiful and gorgeous. So that's definitely my new favorite spot.
Yeah, for me it's Lady Bird Lake Trails. I live a couple blocks from there, so just walking over there, having a good run after sunrise or sunset, it's just an amazing view.
Yeah, I like going to the different coffee shops Austin has, so any of the ones that have like outdoor areas, Better Half, Mozart's, I like going there.
Nice. Alex casually does Ironman
Yeah.
competitions. So
Once in a while.
he's talking about like a jog around town lake. He's talking about like 25 miles just randomly on a Tuesday. But
I
sure.
probably found one of those creeks that
Stay humble.
I was mentioning.
Stay humble. So let's switch gears a little bit, kind of thinking about your involvement, particularly on campus. So talk a little bit about what student engagement opportunities you've taken advantage of, and really if you can talk a little bit about kind of how the scholarship has helped you really lean in and jump into your experience in the MBA.
Sure. So I was a co-president of the McCombs Wellness Collective, and so specific focusing the MBAs are looking at how can you promote wellness within the student body. And my take on it really is that there's a lot of little to no cost, simple habits that you can build to really improve wellness in your life across mental, physical, social, spiritual, whatever the whole being. And we were able to, with me and my other co-president, we actually organized the first wellness competition between the cohorts. We had a whole scoring system. We had big banners that we'd update. We'd write every week, update the points each cohort had, a bit of a competition going. So I think at the end of it, we ended up ran 3 weeks. We had, I think, about 40% of the student body participated. Half of people reported that they learned a new wellness habit, and then about 55 or 60% of people said they're actually going to maintain that habit going forward. So with the scholarship was kind of a vote of confidence for me. I felt that McCombs thought I had something to contribute. It's it's a bit of a weight off your chest, not having to necessarily worry about tuition and cost of living, and it made me realize, or maybe feel confident in kind of pursuing, let's say, like a co-president position and trying to contribute or bring a new initiative to the school.
For me, in my essay, I wrote about an opportunity to be able to actually lean into my sexual identity, my orientation. It's something that I never was able to do fully, and so I wrote about wanting to serve on equals. And then when I got accepted and I finally I got a scholarship for it, it just felt so validating in a way, or I felt like I was so authentic in my statement, and being able to get money for it, and it made me really want to pay it forward for other people who might be in my position. And so on top of serving on the board, I was also part of MAC, and I would be able to attend a lot of those events, our Discover events, and speak specifically to other students who are part of the LGBTQ community. And so, this scholarship was really validating, and being able to kind of get funding for that really, I think, kind of sparked that whole journey for me. So, yeah.
Yeah. And for me, specifically for me, I came to the MBA actually with my wife sitting at this table. We're both MBAs in the program. So we actually went from having double income to no income. So obviously, having the support with scholarships is definitely a financial relief, kind of alleviate a little bit about the pressure of coming into the program, especially for 2 years. So there's so much to do in the MBA program. I was part of the leadership at the club at Latin American and Hispanic MBAs. I was also a co-leader at the McCombs Christian Fellowship, and some of the different things that we are able to do around the MBA is we actually have opportunities to go in different conferences outside of the UT campus. So the scholarship was definitely something helpful, and probably wasn't on the budget to be able to attend these conferences. So just last month, a few of our MBA students went to the largest Climate Cap MBA summit in Michigan. So it's a great opportunity to be able to share with other business students, educators, corporate leaders, and share those interests in different topics. For this instance was climate. And even this weekend, we're also going to New York for a big conference, MBAs, that reunites all MBAs that have a common faith in Christ, and try to discuss on how the implications of your faith and the intersection with the business as well. So obviously scholarships is a great help to be able to participate in these events outside of campus.
Yeah, I just echo what everyone said. I'm involved in the Marketing Fellows organization, and through that was a co-VP of the marketing conference. And I think just getting the support of the scholarships, I feel like the McCombs community is giving to me, so I want to be able to give back as well. So giving my time and energy into helping plan the marketing conference, was able to do that with the scholarship support. I was also a Forte Foundation campus ambassador, so that's encourages more women to pursue their MBAs. So really hoping to encourage that next class of young women to also know that they can pursue this as well and know what their options are.
All right, think about, I know Dean Mills asked for some of our first year students to stand up, so thinking about particularly maybe the future generations behind you, what's kind of one lesson that you've learned from kind of thinking particularly about your leadership involvement in the MBA program that you have learned as a student leader and that you're kind of thinking about as you're nearing graduation and that you would pass on? A little nugget of wisdom.
I mean, I think just being able to reach out and ask people for help or perspective. I mean, whether it's coffee chats and you're trying to recruit or something, or you're trying to run a wellness competition, you don't know who to organize something with or who you need to talk through. Just so easy just to reach out, hey, can I have 5 minutes of your time to discuss it? And more often than not, people are very receptive and willing to help. So it's just the worst they can say no, really, or the worst they can just ghost you, ignore you. But it's just reach out and ask.
Yeah, I would definitely say that your connection is a lot stronger than you think. And I don't think you'll really ever fully understand that until after your first year. Like when I went to Chicago for my summer internship, like coming back, and I remember the first day of like second year, I was just so nervous thinking it's gonna be so awkward again. But it was just so nice seeing like familiar faces and like feeling like you're kind of coming home. So like I wouldn't feel like that without my classmates. So even though it might be kind of weird now if you're still in that type of place, but really your connection's a lot stronger than you might think.
Yeah, for me, I think Ashley mentioned I do, in my free times, I do Ironmans and marathon races. So there's 3 things that I always take from that experience into the rest of my personal life, education, and business as well. But I think number 1 is to have a very clear goal and what you're heading toward and aims toward that. Number 2 is have perseverance. And number 3, have patience in the process. I think there's so much value in having at least some type of goal right ahead, but it's gonna require a lot of dedication, perseverance, work hard towards. Even if it's just 1% improvement per day, the goal is a little bit closer. And just having the patience, never lose focus on that goal, I think is a very great value that I've tried to apply in all aspects. I did that when I was aiming to have my internship with Dell, my objectives here at the MBA, and what I'm planning for the future as well. So yeah, that's my advice.
Yeah, I would say just take advantage of calling yourself a student and being a student again. So many people are willing to talk to you when you say you're a student. Like everyone is super helpful. At companies you're looking at, like they're willing to talk to you, chat with you, so using that network, but also just the resources we have at our disposal. Like we have so many great things available within McCombs, like different coaches that can help you, but also just outside of McCombs as well. There are so many tools at our disposal just because we are students, so really getting to take advantage of that.
Yeah, just try it. Honestly, I think I dabbled in so many random tools that like I had no reason being in like PitchBook or like Qualtrics, and you're just like, sure, and you're like learning new things. Will I use it? Maybe, maybe not, but there's no rules to it. Yeah.
Say yes.
Yeah.
All right, did I miss anything?
How would you describe yourself in 5 words?
What happens at table 6 stays in table 6. Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you all so much for listening. Hopefully you got a little bit of an example of our program.
Good evening. My name is Emily Velasquez, and I'm a 5th-year student in the Integrated Master's Program of Accounting here at the McCombs School of Business. I would like to start by saying thank you to all of the wonderful donors we have in the audience today. The University of Texas at Austin has always been my dream, ever since I realized that dream was to be a successful woman in business. As an ambitious, high-achieving individual, the McCombs top-ranked programs really enticed me, even though burnt orange did not seem like my color. However, I knew this dream would come at a high cost for my low-income family. Both my older sisters were commuters, as financial aid only covered so much of their tuition, and they saved thousands living at home. When I received my acceptance letter, I was ecstatic. However, as the days went on and the realization of the cost of living in Austin started settling in, this excitement began to fade. My sisters assured me that they would find a way to help me out, even just a little each month. And my father started working even more in hopes of covering some of my college expenses. My dad only reached third grade because he had to leave school in order to help maintain his family. For him, higher education was the biggest inheritance he could leave for his 3 daughters because he saw the value of what he had to leave behind as a child. My father always said knowledge was an asset no one could ever take away from us, which is why he always wanted our focus to be on our academic life, even if this required him to work more hours with no days off and sacrificing time with his family. While I was excited to be accepted to such a prestigious university, I could not ignore the financial burden I would be putting on my whole family, which took some of the joy away from the experience and made me doubt if it really was worth leaving my home and support network. However, on February 22nd, 2019, exactly 5 years from today, I got a life-changing call letting me know I had been awarded a full ride to UT, which would not only cover my tuition for 4 years, but housing and supplies as well. The relief and happiness I felt at that moment is indescribable. That was the moment I knew that I was meant to go to UT, even though it would be one of the hardest journeys I would embark on. My scholarship not only made it possible for me to attend my dream university, but it also allowed me to take full advantage of all the opportunities I was presented with, as I had more time than some of my peers who had to work 30-hour weeks. During my first semester as a freshman, I joined organizations like ALPHA, the Association of Latino Professionals for America, and the EY Ambassadors Program. I was also fortunate to be a part of the Macomb Success Scholars, which were all programs that helped me develop my leadership skills and build my network. As a first-generation student with immigrant parents, my business network was honestly non-existent. Through these organizations, I was able to meet many professionals and make mentors who gave me their time and expertise to figure out what I needed to do to be successful in my future career. By the end of my first year, I had been able to secure an internship with EY for the summer of my sophomore year, where I would be able to experience both audit and tax, as this internship served more as an introduction to the firm. I do not believe this experience would have been possible without the time and skills I was able to develop thanks to my scholarship. I was also able to use this extra time to take more rigorous classes, such as accounting practicum, where I learned how to do personal income taxes and volunteered with foundation communities helping low-income families like my own with their own tax returns. Having this financial support also allowed me to wait for the perfect part-time job. While many students have to take the first opportunity they are presented with in order to have enough funds to make their living expenses, I was able to pick and choose my job opportunities to better meet my career goals, since I had my scholarship funds as a safety net. I was fortunate to land an administrative job in a small audit firm here in Austin. This was made possible because I had kept in contact with the past recipient of my scholarship, which is why I recommend to all of you tonight to make sure to get the contact information of the other people in your scholarship. This person had held the role in the past and was looking to pass it on to someone at UT when she contacted me. While my role in this firm started with administrative duties, I was able to progress and learn enough to where now I'm doing audits and getting more experience in the accounting field. This part-time job was perfect, as it allowed me to work around my school schedule and even take months off to do my internships. This job's flexibility allowed me to keep my high GPA while growing my business acumen. However, I craved for more experience and more knowledge. So even though I had secured a spring audit internship with EY, I also applied to a consulting internship with PwC for the summer after my senior year in accounting advisory. Because I had the safety net my scholarship created, I actually negotiated a later start date, which allowed me to give back to my community through the Subiendo Academy for Rising Leaders. The truth is that I got my scholarship because I participated in the Subiendo Academy when I was a teenager, which is a summer program for rising high school seniors. After my participation, I volunteered to be a part of the academy every year as a team leader, in hopes of having the same impact on the next generation as the program had on me when I was a teenager. When I was interviewing with PwC, I was very honest, letting them know I would only accept the offer if they made space so that I could still work with the program that I love so dearly. Without my scholarship, I probably would not have had the same amount of courage to speak up for something I cared so much for, as my parents always taught me to take any great job opportunity, no matter the sacrifice. However, my scholarship gave me perspective and protection. In the end, PwC was happy to accommodate my request and allow me to start a week later so that I could be a part of the Estudiando Academy that summer. This allowed me to accomplish all my goals for the summer, being able to give back and secure a full-time offer to work for PwC Accounting Advisory once I graduate, with a starting salary my family could never fathom. Even though my full ride did not cover my 5th year, in the 4 years I had it, it allowed me to grow as a professional, experience multiple accounting service lines, and save for my graduate program through my multiple accounting overtime hours. I was able to pay for tuition thanks to this experience, and I was fortunately also awarded new scholarships thanks to my high accounting GPA and my leadership experience. My plan to graduate with my master's at 22 motivated my oldest sister to go back to school for her own master's degree, creating a brighter future for my whole family. So today I'm proud to stand before you in burnt orange and share that on May 11th, 2024, my father's inheritance and dream of further education will be complete. Thanks to the generosity of people like yourselves. So once again, thank you. I know every year we write letters, pouring our hearts out, letting you know how much we appreciate your generosity. However, words will never be enough to describe the impact you have on our lives and our families for generations to come. So thank you, and hook 'em horns.
Hello, my name is Leo Ojeda, and I am a senior management information systems major with a minor in marketing, and I'm a proud Macomb Success Scholar.
Hello, everyone. My name is Estefania Ramirez, and I am currently a freshman with an intent to major in marketing, and I am also a Macomb Success Scholar. MSS is an extended home for many students with many commonalities where they can be strengthened with community, resources, and a supportive culture. MSS nurtures students to become successful within a top business school, regardless of their very previous experiences. The supportive culture of MSS stems from the phenomenal staff that aids students through this transformative journey in their lives by being their greatest advocate within the Macomb School of Business. So, Leo, why has MSS been so meaningful for you?
Well, thanks for asking. I think it takes me back to when I was graduating high school, and I was the only one from my high school to attend the University of Texas at Austin. And that in itself was very scary for me. It was a mixed bag of emotions. It was nervous and scared because I'm going to get into this new environment, and what if I get rejected from it? It was also anxiety because I want to hit the ground running, and I want to be successful from my first day. It took several weeks, multiple visits to the MSS Lounge, and ultimately my own first-year mentor through MSS to kind of change the way for me to realize that, hey, Macomb Success Scholars Program, that's my home on the 40 acres. After witnessing the MSS staff, the programs and services that they run, being able to witness the devotion that they have to each and every student part of the program and making sure that they're successful in their own unique path, inspired me to also give back to the same community that gave so much to me in my first year. In doing so, I was a mentor myself for the last 3 years, helping first-year students come through Macombs and become successful in their own way. In doing so, my experience as a mentor has helped me shape the lives of so many people that are coming through their first year of Macombs, and they still tell me, hey, Leo, I have a question about this. What do I do? The Macomb Success Scholar Program has been transformative in my life, and I hope I've transformed others. What about you, Steph?
Well, participating in the MSS program has undoubtedly smoothed my transition here into the university life. And within MSS, I found a comforting and welcoming environment where I feel embraced at all times. And as a first-year student and mentee, having a place where I can frequently ask questions is invaluable to my growth. The assistance offered by MSS has been indispensable, particularly as a first-generation student navigating through the complexities of the university. But above all, though, MSS has given me more than just support. It's given me an instant family within the university community. Receiving news that I will become an MSS mentor at Macombs has been invaluable to me, and it's been really meaningful. It represents a milestone in my academic journey and personal growth. The supportive and inclusive community within Macombs has played a pivotal role in shaping the development as a student and as a future leader. As I stand here today, I am proud to be here, and I am inspired to be a voice for my fellow peers and future generation of Macomb students, knowing that one opportunity, one scholarship, and one person's belief in me can shape my entire future.
My scholarship has allowed me not only to excel academically, but follow my interests personally and professionally. My scholarship has allowed me to better immerse myself in my own interests and passions as I go throughout the 4 years at Macombs. My scholarship also helps me extend my professional network at events just like this.
Yes, and thank you all so much for being here. Hook 'em horns.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Polly Trigger. I am very excited and honored to be here to talk about the undergraduate study abroad experience and the transformational impact it has on student lives and Macombs as a leading business school in the nation. I'm the Director of Student Affairs here in the BBA Program Office at Macombs. I'm also a proud alum of UT Austin and a grateful recipient of my own study abroad scholarship while a civil engineering major here at UT, which allowed me to study abroad in Copenhagen, Denmark, and change the course of my career and life forever. Macombs has long invested in global learning opportunities for its students at both the undergraduate and graduate level. As a business graduate, no matter your major, you must understand how business works in a global context. As many in this room know, even if you spend your entire career in the state of Texas, you will be working with people from many backgrounds, cultures, across time zones, and opportunities like study abroad give students the foundation for success in these future endeavors. Global study experiences provide benefits like business knowledge development, skills development and cross-cultural communication, and valuable soft skills like dealing with uncertainty and problem solving, all things that will serve students in their professional and personal lives for years to come. While we know Austin is an incredible place to be a business student, to have the chance to explore the world while earning credit towards their BBA degree is a key reason some students choose Macombs as their education destination. Last year, our largest group ever of BBA students studied abroad, a record-setting 49% participation rate. Yeah, thank you. And the things they learn abroad not only teach them all about the world, different cultures, and themselves, but they also bring back global perspectives to their classrooms that enhance the learning experience for all students at Macombs. Jada Casimir, the student we met in our first student video, is an international business major and a Macombs Success Scholar. She received a scholarship to study in London for the fall 2023 semester and took courses like International Business Strategy and Business and Society at one of the top-ranked business schools in the UK. What an incredible learning experience for her and our community as a result. Next, let's hear from Cindy Chung, a marketing major and Macombs Success Scholar, who strategically planned for 2 study abroad experiences in Ireland and then Hungary as a first-generation college student at Macombs, and who is graduating on time, having truly seen what the world has to offer. Experiences that will stay with her for a lifetime, all thanks to the generous support of our donors and Macombs.
Hi all, my name is Cindy and I'm a senior marketing major currently studying abroad in Budapest, Hungary. Huge shout out to the BBA International Program Scholarship that has allowed me to study in such a beautiful city. And a unique academic experience that I've had here is being able to take a course called the Budapest Urban Explorations, in which my professor takes us on a variety of walking field trips around this wonderful city to learn about its urbanization and history and culture all in one. So thank you, hook 'em horns.
Okay, yeah. There's 4 of them. I mean, you can clap every time, but. Study abroad is the epitome of experiential learning, which is key to students understanding where a business education and future career can take them. After returning from study abroad, many of our students have better career clarity on what they do and do not want to do after graduation, and they now have a global network of peers, professors, and even UT alum connections that can lead to future opportunities all over the globe. For a student like Praise Amechi, a finance major and Macombs Success Scholar, this is precisely one of the benefits he's gained from his study abroad experience in London.
Hello, my name is Praise Amechi. I'm a senior majoring in finance at UT, and and I'm currently studying abroad here in London. One of the questions that I've been asked is how has being in London affected my career outlook? And as someone who's really interested in the business of fashion, I think being out here and experiencing the different nationalities and the different influences, you get on the tube and you see people dressed really nice. It's something that, has influenced and made me think about potentially pursuing a career here in London.
Okay, yes, thank you. I'll eventually wait for it. In a recent survey of our graduates who participated in study abroad, 88% reported they now have a valuable network of peers from their experience that they feel will help them in their future career specifically. And 98% reported they have gained soft skills from study abroad that will help them in their career as well. By making study abroad more accessible to more of our students, we are giving them the opportunity to change the world and elevate our institution by expanding its reach to more parts of the globe while changing their lives forever. Our Macomb strategic plan highlights our own goals of increasing study abroad participation and connecting our alums abroad to our students as ways we can live out UT's motto, mission, and purpose. I cannot overstate the enormous impact these experiences have on our students during their time at Macombs and for years to follow. Kylie Beam is an international business major and a Macomb Success Scholar, and was one of the first students in several years to study for a semester at our business partner school in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Let's listen to the impact study abroad has had on her, thanks to Macomb's support.
Hi everybody, my name is Kylie Beam. I am a spring 2024 graduate majoring in international business and minoring in finance. I'm currently studying abroad in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And a goal of mine has always been to work in Brazil. And this study abroad experience has really expanded and motivated me to continue to reach that goal for my future career. I would love to live here longer, immerse myself in the culture more, just learn everything I can about this beautiful country. And I just want to thank the BBA International Program Parents Council Scholarship Committee for allowing me to find myself in this country, to expand my love for this culture in this country, and just to help me know where I want to be in my future career. So thank you. Ciao, ciao.
This life-changing opportunity does continue to be financially out of reach for many of our students, just as the college experience in general is beyond many students' and families' reach without financial support. This year, 58% of our BBA study abroad participants received some level of financial aid at UT, and of those students, almost 40% are what we consider high financial needs students. These percentages are up from our pre-COVID levels. Accordingly, over the last 3 years since study abroad programs returned to the pre-COVID levels, we've received a 38% increase in study abroad scholarship applications. We awarded the most study abroad scholarships to date last year. The demand for and interest in these life-changing experiences continues to grow and grow fast. We want to make this opportunity possible for all of our students. So our work continues. With this record demand, we have added new experiential programming, partnering with Dell and the Macomb Supply Chain Management Center in the Netherlands and Ireland, as well as programming for first-generation high financial needs students in New York City and London. Macombs continues to invest in transformational experiential learning, such as study abroad programs, for which I know we are all grateful, as it truly has the potential to change lives. I'll leave you with a quote from a recent BBA graduate, Desiree Davidson, who was a first-generation college student and came from Bells, Texas, population of 1,500 people, and a high school graduating class of 51 students. She says, "I never could have gotten where I am, graduating early with an amazing full-time job offer, truly experiencing and enjoying life fully without my time abroad. My Macombs experience has had an impact on me that could never fully be explained by words. Study abroad creates opportunities for all students, no matter their labels or history, to turn the UT motto into a reality. What starts here changes the world." Thank you, and have a good morning.
Well, it's been about 15 years since I taught in the 3-week study abroad program in Prague, and I really want to go back. So I know for the donors here, you felt as deeply as I did that you are making a huge, huge difference with your scholarship donation. And last year, I remember saying, just if you want to give more, please do. And if you don't want to do it now, remember UT and your named scholarship in your estate. It's an easy way to commit right now to inflation protect your scholarship, because a year ago, the Macomb School turned 100 years old, and I want you to think of your scholarship legacy being able to support students 100 years from now. And so Byron Lyles is here, I think, isn't he? He's our gift officer that works with estate planning. So if you're that inspired, he can talk to you tonight about that. Sometimes we close events with the big noisy brass, but I confess I love glee clubs. And so anytime the staff tells me that we have Noteworthy here to close with the Eyes of Texas, it's a highlight of my week. So is that who we have here? Yes, Noteworthy, come on up.